Hi, everybody. Okay, today we're going to just have a little review of how do we take a document, a Google slideshow, a Google Docs, whatever it might be, and make a copy so that you can edit on it. So what's on the screen right now, I'm going to look over here. This is a HyperDoc from somebody else. And when I said, yes, I would like to have that HyperDoc, which they so generously gave me, I have to make my own copy then. So the first thing you want to do is look up where it says view only. That's a reminder. They're giving it to me, but they want me to make my own copy. If I try to write on these, I can't do that. I've got to make my own copy. So you go up to File and click it. There we go. And make a copy. And then it's going to ask me to rename it. Now, most of the time, I ask you as my students to put your name in front of copy, and that's pretty great. That way you don't have to do a lot of editing. So I'm going to put Mrs. Jones's copy of the Courage HyperDoc. And then I say, okay. And then it'll put it into my Google Slides drive. And if I look at it, it's kind of thinking about it and seeing that it's, oh yeah, there you go. That's your own copy. Good for you. So you see up here on the top, though, at the tab, I still have the original. And the original is going to sit in my drive until I decide to just kind of get rid of it because there's nothing else I can do with it. I want to be able to write on it and edit it. So now I could click here and I can add a little, a text box. See if it'll let me right here. Yeah, there we go. And I could put a name like Big Ben, but that's not very good font, so I'm going to color it a little bit. This is not a lesson on coloring, but you needed to be able to see what I was talking about. Remember, on the original, I couldn't do any of that. So the last step we want to do is go back to our drive and remove the one we don't need anymore. So I'm going to open up a tab and go to my Waffle of Wonderfulness up in the top right. Click it, go to my drive, and look for the Courage HyperDoc, and there should be two of them. Now, you guys remember on an iPad, you go back to your drive and it'll be a little different looking and has little dots on the side. And there it is right now. And it's my quick access, but actually I really want to kind of find a way to get rid of it. And usually I'll go to my slides and do that. So just make sure you get rid of that older, this one's mine, I gotta keep that one. No, just telling you big stories on that one. I would go back. Maybe I would go to my slides because in my drive, remember we talked about that's grandma's attic. So it has everything, every doc, every drawing. So maybe if I go back to my slides, that'll be an easier way to get to it. It won't get buried into it. And I see I still have my copy of it. So that's pretty good. I don't know where it's at, but eventually we will get rid of it. It's not hurting anything, but it'll just kind of clog up our drives. So at the time being, I'll just get rid of the one tab up there. And then when I come across it, and you remember on the ones that we have in the drive, if they have little heads on them, like if you look right here, this one, Cyber Sandwich period 3, see those little heads? That means I shared it with period 3. Eventually I'll get rid of it because I have my own copy that I keep. If you look over here, there's no heads on this Cyber Sandwich. So there you go. Quick way to do it. Download it, file, make a copy, rename it, and then get rid of the original when you have time. Again, it's not going to hurt anything, but get rid of it, okay? All right, next time.